be part of those introducing the governor? They told you about.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center. At this moment, we would like to please rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. And now for the host country, please stand for the national anthem of the Republic of the Gambia. much. Thank you so much. Ini nyusun mic beli lagi nak? Sister, ini nyusun mic beli lagi. Angin yang mic. Kira kau jauh hal ini mungkin yang mic. Tak boleh kau buka awal. Jadi tinggal buat. Thank you so much. Kontra ni. Dr. Salmon, kira kau ada be. And this shows that we are proudly Gambians. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we please bow our heads and pray in our very own individual ways? Thank you. May the good Lord we serve accept all our prayers this morning. Amen.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you and welcome to the Smiling Coast of Africa, the Gambia, West Africa. Here at the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center, it's an honor and pleasure to welcome all of you in this very event.
Today we gather for the book launch, documentary screening and magazine presentation, bringing together distinguished leaders, diplomats, policymakers, media personalities, and honored guests from across Africa and beyond.
And my name is Julde Jai. I am one of the masters of ceremonies of today's important event.
And I am Andy Kema, and I'll be the co-master of ceremony to support the beautiful Julde. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy. So together, I and Andy, we will bring you on, guide you through today's program as we celebrate literature, leadership, culture, storytelling, and of course, meaningful collaboration.
And it is with great honor and respect to allow us to recognize our distinguished delegates and dignitaries present with us this morning. His Excellency, Lawyer Usainu Dabo, Honorable Madi Sise, Member of Parliament, Chairman Yankuba Dabo, Brikama Area Council, Lamin K. Youth Advisor to the President, Mrs. Aissatou Sekaja, Executive Director of Priu Group Foundation, His Excellency Ambassador Chuka Oba, Turkish Ambassador to the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Osman Malick Lowe, Party Leader, PPP, Honorable Fatoumata Jawara, representing the Honorable Minister for Gender. And in recognition of our international dignitaries, His Excellency Duyu Diri, Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And Senator Sunday Marshall Kudai, Senator of the Southern Kudana Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Her Lordship Mayor Abigail Marshall Khatun, Councillor and former Lord Mayor of Leeds, United Kingdom.
And Mayor Balushia Dewari, Mayor of the Yangawa Baloch State, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Our very own Lord Mayor Adam Assar of Kir Massar North, Republic of Senegal.
And of course, Deputy Mayor Albouri Law of Kir Massar North, Republic of Senegal.
Dr. Charles Dwamena, former Deputy Ambassador of the Republic of Ghana to the People's Republic of China and the head of delegation and national treasurer of the new Patriotic Party of Ghana.
And Mr. Abubakar Bacheli, Honorary Consul of Malaysia in Mali, Republic of Mali.
Mr. Mamadou Yara Norye, CEO of Yara Oil, Republic of Mali.
Mr. Greg Akibi, Vice President of Renaissance Africa and Energy Company Limited, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Mr. Valentine Opala, Manager of Exploration and Production Company, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Mr. Taisir Swab, a businessman.
Ms. Beatrice Dede Balo, Head of Revenue, New Patriotic Party, Republic of Ghana.
Joanna, also known as Gigi, Commissioner for Women Affairs, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Tarie Isaac, also known as Lele, Chairman of Kolokuma or Puma, Local Government Area, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Angeli Mahadivia, Moderator from the United States of America.
Daniel Uzeizi Etibe, also known as Albra, Chief Press Secretary, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Gabriel Okoye Oyindwai, former member of the House of Representatives, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Justice Kwame, also known as Jofa, speechwriter and head of documentation, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Alakari Goodluck Kariel, also known as IDE, Director of Protocol, Nigeria.
Joseph Ebi Wariba, Technical Advisor Protocol, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Michelle Ivesindo Zuaksumi, IDE, Decam, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Bolson Obiafari, our counterpart, also known as Taribo, Master of Ceremonies, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And of course, Rebecca Peters, photographer to Senator Kadu, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Blessing Ojoko, also known as Manny, photographer to the Governor, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Artie Williams, also known as Young, added to Governor, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We also recognize all distinguished guests, members of the Diplomatic Corps, partners, media representatives, protocol officers, and members of the organizing committee present here today.
Thank you all for honoring this important occasion with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Nigerian counterpart, Taribo Bolsingoyafre, who will now officially welcome and present the Governor of Bayelsa State alongside his distinguished delegation and dignitaries. A round of applause for Taribo. Oh, Taribo is right here.
Thank you so much, Andy. It's a pleasure. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Taribo, and it means so we bring lots of love from Nigeria to you here in the Gambia. Distinguished ladies here, it gives me great pleasure to stand before you this morning, knowing full well that the Governor of Bayelsa State holds her worship in high esteem, and that is why he is not here alone. He has led a high-power delegation here all the way from the southern part of Nigeria, the heart of Nigeria. There is a saying that you haven't been to Nigeria if you haven't been to Bayelsa State. So it gives me great pleasure to recognize again and present to you a man who is the 12th individual to be manning the affairs of Bayelsa State and the 5th civilian governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency, the distinguished Senator Rohey Malick Lowe. The upper chambers of the National Assembly in Nigeria, distinguished Senator Sunday Marshall Katum. He is not here alone. Seated here on the dais is his wife, who is the 130th Mayor of Leeds in the United Kingdom, Abigail Marshall Katum. Permit me to also recognize here seated, Your Excellencies, Your Worship, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a non-serving member of the Great Chamber of the National Assembly in Nigeria, is also a good friend of the governor and one who advises him in special capacity. He is Africa Gabriel Onyebuife. Seated by his side is a woman who assists the governor on his projects when it has to do with women, children, social development, and empowerment. And we all know that women empowerment is focal here, and the mayor of worship is one who believes in empowering women and girls. That is why we're here today, to celebrate this woman, her works, what she represents. And so it gives me great pleasure to now introduce the Commissioner for Women, Children Affairs, Social Development and Empowerment in Bayelsa State, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Joanna Gigi. Permit me to now recognize fellow mayors. These are men and women who contribute to the development of Bayelsa State and by extension Nigeria. And we're glad to be here partnering, cross-pollinating ideas. So may I start with the mayor of Yenagoa local government area in Bayelsa State, Nigeria, Mayor Borutiseye Ndiwari. Seated by his right is his counterpart from Kolukumo, local government area, Bayelsa, Nigeria, Tariye Isaac Lele. I will also, without further ado, Your Excellencies, Your Worships, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, recognize here seated the technical advisor to the governor of Bayelsa State on protocol matters, Joseph Wadwa. Please, a round of applause for him. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. Earlier, Andy and Julie have done a wonderful job recognizing some of our distinguished personalities here, and I stand with them as a fellow broadcast journalist to say thank you all. Thank you for having us here. And as we say where we come from, Ado.
Thank you, Taribio, for that recognition. We really appreciate it. Before we move further, I would like to recognize a very distinguished personality who is also in our midst, Bala Gaba Jahumfa, who is a diplomat and also a politician. He has also played a key role towards the Gambia's development. Mr. Jahumfa, you are welcome. And of course, from the begin today's program, and we will proceed with a welcoming remark.
Before our next speaker, allow me to take a moment to recognize someone whose vision, leadership, and passion for service continue to bring people together from different backgrounds, countries, and walks of life.
Indeed, Andy, today's gathering itself is a reflection of leadership that believes in inclusion, partnership, culture, dialogue, and of course, development.
And that leader is none other than Her Worship, Lord Mayor Aji Rohey Malick Lowe.
A woman whose commitment to service and community development continues to inspire many women and young girls, not only in the Gambia, but across the African continent and beyond.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what many people admire about her worship is her ability to connect with ordinary people, especially young people. She continues to create spaces where young voices feel heard, valued, and empowered.
And of course, as a woman in leadership, she continues to break barriers and show that leadership can be firm, passionate, visionary, people-centered, all at the same time.
And for many people, she represents hope, opportunity, and encouragement. She continues to support youth empowerment, creative expression, entrepreneurship, and initiatives that inspire young people to believe in themselves and contribute positively to society.
And of course, for many women, she remains a symbol of resilience, strength, and progress. Her journey continues to inspire women to take up leadership roles, support one another, and contribute meaningfully to national and community development.
And Julia, for me, one thing people truly respect about her worship is her ability to build relationships and partnerships that continue to place Banjul on important national and international platforms.
And indeed, today is another clearer example of that, with distinguished dignitaries and international delegates gathered here from different countries in honor of this very important and significant event.
Her worship, Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe, continues to show that leadership is not only about position, but also about impact, accessibility, compassion, and service to humanity.
Through culture, diplomacy, women empowerment, youth engagement, and international collaboration, she continues to create opportunities and open doors for communities and future generations, especially young people.
And for that, her worship, we celebrate you, we honor you, and thank you for your continuous dedication and service.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for her worship, Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe.
And now to officially begin today's program, we invite a respected administrator and leader whose work continues to contribute to the growth and development of the city of Banjul through service, collaboration, and community engagement.
His dedication to public service and institutional development continues to play an important role in supporting the vision and progress of the Banjul City Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in warmly welcoming the CEO of the Banjul City Council, Mr. Rohey Grande.
Good morning, Master of Ceremonies. Please allow me to recognize the presence of the Honorable Lord Mayor of Banjul City Council, the President of Refele, and the host of this important occasion. I want to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Lawyer Hussein Dabo, Party Leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, and senior officers of the party here present. I want to recognize the presence of other party leaders who are also present, His Excellency, the Executive Governor, Jore Berry, Bayelsa State, and his high-powered delegation from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I also want to recognize the presence of the Turkish Ambassador and members of the Diplomatic Corps here present. Honorable Sunday Marshall Katun, the Senator of Southern Kaduna, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mayor Abigail Marcel, who is the Councillor and former Lord Mayor of Leeds from the United Kingdom. I also want to recognize the presence of Mayor Diwari, Mayor of Yaguna, Bayelsa State from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Lord Mayor of Kermasar, Honorable Adam Massar, and his deputy, Honorable Babukar Bachele, who is the Honorable Council and Delegation from the Federal Republic of Mali, Honorable Mali K. Sise, and other National Assembly members here present, Honorable Yankuba Dabo, Chairman of Birkama Area Council, Honorable Lamin Kisiri, Presidential Youth Advisor, Honorable Deputy Mayor and Councillors of Banjul City Council, other councillors from other area councils here present, religious and traditional leaders across the Gambia, representatives from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, and other representatives from ministries, departments, and agencies. I also want to recognize the presence of the Referral National Coordinator and Regional Coordinators, women's groups across the Gambia, representatives from our distinguished partners, the Gambia Police Band, cultural groups from Nigeria and the Gambia. Of course, I also want to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Bala Gaba Jahumba and other distinguished invited guests, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great joy and honor that I welcome you to this special occasion, the inaugural launch of a triple presentation of a book, a documentary, and a magazine celebrating the leadership and legacy of Her Worship Rohey Malick Lowe, Mayor of Banjul. Today we are gathered here not only to celebrate words on paper, but to recognize the vision, the leadership and commitments that have transformed our capital city under the leadership of the Gambia's first elected female mayor into a model of urban development. These publications are more than a record. It is a testament to progress, resilience, and collective spirit of the city of Banjul. This publication highlights milestones that continue to inspire and put pride and remind all of us of what we can accomplish when leadership and community-driven initiative work hand in hand. We are delighted that our journey from the challenges overcome to successes achieved will serve as a springboard for the future generation for a more resilient, safe, and sustainable Banjul. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those individuals who contributed in the past to these collective achievements, and to each one of you here present for sharing this moment of reflection and celebration with the city of Banjul. May this launch ignite a renewed commitment to building a city that continues to strive, innovate, and shine as the heart of the Gambia. Welcome once again. Let us enjoy these memorable occasions together. Thank you for your kind attention.
Wow. Thank you very much, Yabo. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of Chan Hao, representing Chinese Embassy, Wawa, Embassy of the Kingdom of Morocco, and Honorable Modubi Bah, Member of Parliament, Banjul North Constituency, all Honorable Councillors of Banjul City Council, Honorable Abdul Aziz Dabahge, Deputy Mayor of Banjul, Honorable Councillors from other regions, and of course, Mrs. Mariama Cham, female representative of the National Youth Council. You're all welcome.
And the one that just left here is a key member of the Banjul City Council, and he has played a very important role. Comme nous ko don waxe rek ma bantuwaat ko ci kalama wolof comme the CEO of Banjul City Council lum doon wax rek moo nekk dafa jaajëfal ñëpp ñu fi nekk tey ñu teewu fii ci programme bu am solo bile wax na ne tamit meyo liggéey am na solo torop te lu fi wax moo nekk ne community development maanaam liggéey ak nit ñi dafa am solo torop soo gisee tey meyo bi aga fum aga Banjul City Council aga fum aaga ak liggéey buñ munti def because dañ involve community bi because community bi dafa nekk nit ñoo xam ne dañ play a key role dëkka benn dëkka tey du move forward tànka community bi ñu leen bàyyi si gannaaw community bi nag mooy ñaañ moo nekk jigéen ñi ndaw yi ak góor yi ñëpp dañu war a ñëw ñu booloo nekk benn liggéey pour réew mi dem si kanam thank you very much Angie.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed to the official book unveiling, we would like to recognize and invite a very special guest connected to this important occasion.
Our next great guest is a development-minded professional and international collaborator whose passion for community engagement and social impact continues to connect people, ideas, opportunities across the Gambia and also the continent.
Her presence here today reflects the growing importance of global partnerships and meaningful exchanges that help empower communities and inspire progress.
She joins us as special guest of Her Worship Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe and is currently engaging in conversations around a special initiative and collaborative project that seeks to create opportunities and strengthen community-focused development.
And this initiative is expected to focus on empowerment, visibility, partnerships building, and creating positive impact, especially for women and young people.
This project further reflects the vision of Her Worship Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe in building meaningful international relationships that can create lasting opportunities for communities within the city of Banjul and beyond.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us all the way from the United States of America, please help us warmly welcome Anjali Pativ Mahadivya.
And at this moment, we invite her to say a few words.
Hello, everyone. Today, I have the privilege of sharing a project that I have been working alongside with Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe. In 2026, today, women and girls across rural Gambia are still walking several kilometers every single day just to collect water. Every day, countless women are forced to spend hours walking in extreme heat, missing school and opportunities, and risking and facing threats of gender-based violence and attacks from wildlife just on the way to get water. Water should be a right. I'll never forget what Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe told me on how this work began. She traveled across rural Gambia speaking directly with women and asked them one simple question. What is the one thing that you would need that would most transform your life? And unanimously, all the women answered, water. The answer became a mission, and that mission is now transforming communities. When you provide women with safety and water, you give them dignity, education, opportunity, and time. This is time to learn, to build, to dream, to care for family, and to create a future. After surveying hundreds of villages, Mayor Lowe identified the top 40 communities in most urgent need for water. But the need is far greater, and now our vision is to expand this work to 100 rural communities across Gambia. This is part of the legacy of Her Worship, Rohey Malick Lowe. And now we are building solar-powered boreholes directly inside these villages to provide clean water access to nearly 5,000 people per community per day. And the impact goes even further. The water that is being used is also for the creation and maintenance of community gardens, which allow women to grow crops and produce revenue-generating activities that will allow them to support their families and create economic independence within their communities. Our goal is to raise $2.5 million to build 100 boreholes. This project will provide clean water access to more than 500,000 people across rural Gambia. Projects like this would also not be possible without the support of leaders, the leaders that you see here above, in their support for allyship for women in general. So thank you. And I want to take a moment to sincerely thank Mayor Lowe. Mayor Lowe has always been a champion for women. This is why we are here today. She has always been a voice for the underrepresented and creates pathways and platforms and opportunities for women to rise and lead. She is truly a maverick of her time, and it has been such an inspiration to work with her and to see her light for women everywhere. Mayor, thank you for your vision, your compassion, your leadership, and your relentless commitment to women and families across Gambia. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this incredible legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anjali, for those inspiring words. And we wish you and her worship, the Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe, continued success with this important collaboration. It's indeed something good for Mother Gambia. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to also acknowledge the presence of Imam Fode Kaba Dumbuya, Imam Ratib Tobacco Road Mosque, Mrs. Mariam Cisse, National Coordinator, Raffaella, the Gambia National Chapter, and all the respective Raffaella coordinators, and of course, His Excellency Amali Musa, Nigerian High Commissioner to the Gambia. You're all welcome.
Thank you very much, Andy. Comme Anjali lum doon wax rek ci kàllaama angale, Anjali dafa nekk nit koo xam ne daal dafa bàyyeekoo America, United States of America, dafa ñëw Gambia fii pour mobilize resources jàppale Her Worship the Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe pour ñu dajale koom-koom mun a jàppale jigéen ñoo xam ne daal ñoo nekk rural Gambia te amuñ ndox. Xam nañ ne ndox dafa important torop si dundini doomi Adama. Jigéen yi ñu ngi si naako yi, jigéen yi ñu ngi si kër yi, ñu ngi si marché yi, soo suñ amutee ndox rek daf dee nekk problème. Soo gis na ne jigéen yi ñu ngi jànkuwante lu bari si wàllum ndox, moo taxit nag moom Rohey Malick Lowe daf ko fi andi specifically pour mu dajale koom-koom lu tollu $2.5 million pour jàppale jigéen ñoo xam ne daal 5,000 jigéen ñoo xam ne daal ñu ngi si Gambia bi si gox yi jàppale leen si bohol lu tollu ni 100 bohols maanaam téeméeri bohol tàccu leen loolu waaye.
Thank you very much, Jose. And ladies and gentlemen, we will now move on to one of the key highlights of today's program, the official book launching. And our guest hardly needs an introduction. He is a respected journalist, media personality, author, and public figure whose voice and contribution to media and national discourse continues to inspire many across the country and beyond.
Through journalism, storytelling, and public engagement, he has remained committed to informing, educating, and contributing to conversations that matter within our society. And
today we celebrate not only a publication, but also the journey, experiences, and ideas behind it.
Ladies and gentlemen, rise to your feet if you can and help us to warmly welcome our author, His Excellency, the Honorable himself, Madi Cisse.
Thank you very much. The team of Master of Ceremonies, it is indeed an honor and pleasure to be given this opportunity to talk about something that is at my fingertip. That is the life of no other person but our own mayor, Rohey Malick Lowe. Allow me to welcome Senator, Your Excellency, Abigail, and all other dignitaries that come from far and close to honor this occasion. And also allow me to singly pick on my party leader and Secretary General, who is no other person but Lawyer Hussein Dabu of the United Labour Party. by extension, to other political party leaders who are present here. And I also want to use this opportunity to welcome the diplomatic corps ambassadors from Turkey, the Chinese embassy's representative, the Mali representative, and all others, Nigerian ambassador, and all other ambassadors that are present in this forum, and the general public. I thank you all. The biography of Lord Mayo is a book out of 12 that I have authored, and it is one book that is really not easy as far as I am concerned. You all know by record, she is number one in several things. And that is why the title of the book is A Woman of Substance and Barrier Breaker. If I have to unfold that, means that she has an ability of crossing difficult rivers and many other challenges. She is number one, as I said, in several occasions, on several things. She is the first elected mayor, not only of the Gambia, but of the capital city of Banjul. She is also one of the first mayor of Banjul that has been re-elected. From 1939 to 2026, we have 16 leaderships in Banjul City Council. None of them was elected twice. So she took first in that. To write her story was difficult, definitely difficult for me, and I faced a lot of challenges. Laying my hands on some records was very difficult and not forthcoming. But I want to thank Mr. Hassan Sise, a historian and head of the National Council for Arts and Culture, for making some records and facts available to me. Ladies and gentlemen, even getting records outside the archives was a problem, because if you are writing a history of somebody, the person herself or himself must give you the story. But then also you need to do some research to get some facts and add together. That is where I had a lot of challenges, because as a woman leader, these records are very difficult to come by. But with constant efforts, I was able to lay my hands on things that are available, and today one can hold a piece of book and know all about her. Not only about her, maybe at the tail end of my deliberations, I'll tell you what else you can find in the book. All the chapters in the book, I found them very interesting. But there's one particular chapter that I really love, and that is what I'm going to share with you. That chapter is, The Death Has Approved My Candidature. Does that not sound strange? The death, somebody who is not living, has approved my candidature, was the chapter I love best. Through the interactions and interviews with the Lord Mayor, at the beginning of her candidature as a woman, and not only a woman, but also the only person that is opposing a sitting mayor in Banjul. She was the only candidate that was opposing throughout the country, that was opposing a sitting mayor. That was a tough game for her. And apart from that, she was one of the only candidates of the United Democratic Party that is contesting in a region that no sitting member of parliament of the UDP was. That was also another very difficult challenge for her. That is why the book is titled on the second phase as a barrier breaker. this woman was able to face all those challenges and came out victorious in her first term of elections. And not only that, the late mayor, if you read the book, you will find that even her candidature was a problem within the family. Her own mother was not with her. Her brothers and sisters, some of them, only one person was with her at the beginning. So it was tough. And that is why I said that chapter, that is called The Dead Approved My Candidature. It was my favorite chapter. The woman of the day, after all those frustrations, has to go to the graveyard of Banjul. And you know, as poor Muslims, women are not allowed to go into graveyards. So she has to go to her father's grave to ask for approval, to ask for his prayers. And she has to sneak into the graveyard. And the person guarding the graveyard was also scared. Allow her once, second time, and the third time the man said, look, don't put me in trouble. Women are not allowed to come to the graveyards. She begged, and she was allowed. And on that fateful day, somebody was to be buried. So the crowd came and she was there. Guess what she did? She has to hide behind one of the tombs until the crowd passed away. And then, when she returned home, automatically things changed for her. The mother has changed and approved her candidature. So that was a blessing for her. I will not go into the detail of that chapter. I will allow you to go and find the copies and read those chapters for yourself to know how it ended and how she finally made it. Ladies and gentlemen, this book is also a literature of the leadership of Banjul City Council. At this point, I want to make recognition to a senior member of the senior citizen and former government official, Honorable Malick Lowe. Simple reason, his father, late Malick Lowe, was the first leadership of Banjul City Council in 1939. At one point, we made reference to BCC as a building of politicians. A lot of our successful politicians passed through BCC. I will leave that to you to read the book to know who are those leaderships. But I want to mention that late Ibrahim Gaba was the first leader of the council. Today, council has 16 leaderships. Although the titles has changed. Recently we are calling them mayors, they were not called mayors before. But the 8th mayor and the 16th mayor is a father and a daughter. The 8th mayor of Banjul City Council was Lord Mayor Malick Lowe, who is no other person but the father to our present mayor. So again, that's another force that the mayor has done. The book has a very lengthy literature on the history of Banjul City Council. And I would recommend that the BCC should make these copies available to all the schools in Banjul. And every Banjulian should make it an effort and lay your hand on this book so that you know the history of your council and our able mayor. I want to thank all of you for giving me this opportunity, and I want to wish the mayor success. And I will take permission from her. Right from here, I have to go straight because one of my books also is going to be launched today at 4 o'clock at the National Assembly. That is Africa-China relations. So I have to go and work on some logistics. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you. And we also like to take this opportunity to respectfully acknowledge the presence of the Lord Bishop of the Methodist Church, the Gambia, and Chairman of the Gambian Christian Council, Most Reverend Bishop Bani E.F. Manga. You are welcome, sir. Your presence today is deeply appreciated, and we are honored to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Andy. I wouldn't do justice if I don't really translate this to our national languages, because for me, really, this is the highlight of the event. The struggle that Honorable has gone through to actually write a book about the Lord Mayor goes to show that, it is really difficult to lead as a woman, to be a leader in this country, not just in this country, but Africa in general. So it takes resilience, it takes hard work, it takes persistence, it takes you to actually sacrifice a lot to be where the mayor is. So comme nu ko doon waxee rek Honorable Madi Cissé moom moo binda book boo xam ne daal moo about jaar-jaari rôle mayor Rohey Malick Lowe wax na daal si book bi moom daal loo xam ne daal am na solo si moom moo nekk ne lu mu fi wax mu ne bu mu doon binda book bi dafa metti si moom torop ndaxte am record nga mu doon jigéen boo xam ne daal dafa nekk jigéeni jàmbaar am record xam jaar-jaaram lan la daj pour lii fi because nga nekk jigéen boo xam ne daal yaa ngi vie for position dëgg la papa mayor la woon waaye dafa jafe woon torop pour moom mu nekk mayor ndaxte even yaayam koo xam ne daal moo ko jur dafa against on the issue of moom mu nekk mayor nekkul ne bëggul mu nekk foofu noonu waaye because of situation bi because of environment bi nuñ ko xoolee jigéen boo xam ne daal jóg na mu nekk si position boo xam ne daal moo toolu ne mu nekk jigéen boo xam ne benn jigéen si Gambia depuis Gambia bu mu doonee Gambia moom rek a nekk jigéen boo xam ne daal oo nañ ko si history book si ñu ne kii moo nekk Lord Mayor of Banjul te Lord Mayor si dëkk boo xam ne daal moo nekk di capital city of the Gambia so loolu dafa break societal norms dafa break tradition boo xam ne daal dañoo wax ne jigéen du mun a nekk lead jigéen du mun a jiite as such mu dem si garmel yi moo nekk graveyard yi papaam pour ñaan tamit seek for approval wax je papaam ndax dina nangu ne moom mu nekk Lord Mayor of Banjul so jaar-jaar bi dafa bëri waaye pour ñu understand lan la go through lan la daj ak tamit because soo ko gisee tey mu toog da ngaa foog ne lii dafa yomba da ngaa jóg rek nga nekk Lord Mayor waaye behind the scenes dafa nekk nit koo xam ne dafa daj lu bëri so Honorable Madi Cissé si book bi loolu la summarize moom moo nekk nit koo xam ne daal moo binda book bi about jaar-jaari Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe su boobaa rek ñu move because tey programme bi dafa am activities yu bari loo xam ne daal dañ ko war a laal te time bi nekkut fa so from that brief summary of the Honorable Madi Cissé about the history and of course some of the challenges that he's gone through in writing the book about the success stories and challenges of the Lord Mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a distinguished public servant and respected leader whose journey continues to inspire many, especially women and young people across different communities.
And as Councillor and former Lord Mayor of Leeds in the United Kingdom, her leadership continues to reflect dedication to representation, inclusion, service, and community empowerment.
Just like the Lord Mayor of Banjul, her story reminds is one of resilience, leadership, and of course, impact beyond borders.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please help us warmly welcome Her Lordship, Abigail Marshall Katun.
Lord Mayor Lowe, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Bayelsa State, who also serves as my husband's twin, and also my other half, my husband's Senator Sunday Marshall Katun, who's here today. If you all don't know, if you are married to twins, you have to be married to both of them. So thank you very much to my husband, who is the silent doer behind the scenes and has facilitated a lot of what you see here today. So my darling, thank you very much. our UDP leader, and I use the word our because I am also Gambian. Thank you very much, sir, Lawyer Debo, for holding the light and for looking after my dear sister. Permit me to stand on all existing protocol. To all the distinguished guests here, all fellow mayors, all the wonderful people who have come from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Give them a huge hand of applause. Ambassadors and all the diplomatic corps here today, thank you all so much. Most importantly, my New Minka sisters, give them a huge hand of applause. Thank you. I stand before you today with profound sense of honor and humility. I am absolutely delighted to be given the opportunity to deliver a keynote address in an event where my own sister is being celebrated. Let me be clear, it's not just about celebrating her as a colleague and a sister. I am here to witness a living legend, her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe, the Lord Mayor of Banjul. As we have heard earlier, we launched 3 wonderful commemorative books, a documentary, a magazine, and of course, her book, which we've just heard from Mr. Malick as well, about his reasons behind that book. And very, very touching, especially the chapter 3 and her worship going to her father's grave. God bless you. Also, I mentioned the Secretary General of the UDP. I have also just found out that he is also a senior alumni of the University of Lagos, Nigeria. Amazing. No wonder you are the leader of the UDP. My husband also happens to be an alumni of university. So congratulations. So today, it's all about the evidence about my sister. There are archives of a revolution led by a great woman who took the name and the capital of this great city across oceans of global power. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my sister, her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe. I will begin with the local level, which I call transforming Banjul from within. When her worship was elected the mayor of Banjul in 2018, she inherited a city rich in history, but burdened by neglect. She did not complain, she acted, and as a woman of courage, it's surely in her deeds. Let's talk about the Albert Market restoration. Lord Mayor Lowe looked at Albert Market and refused to let it die. She looked beyond commerce, as the market was originally built by her own father. Over time, it had fallen into severe disrepair. Many thought it was beyond saving, but her worship would not let her father's legacy nor Banjul's heritage crumble into dust. As a daddy's girl myself, I know firsthand what it means to carry a late father's legacy. Her worship, your late father will be so proud of you and will continue to be your guardian angel. In restoring the market, the Lord Mayor sought funding. She built partnerships. She secured support from development partners who trusted her, a demonstration of her diplomatic skills and her ability to bring international resources to local problems. Today, Albert Market stands restored, a trading hub, a monument to persistence, and a symbol of what happens when a leader refuses to give up on her people. Here in the room, I can say with confidence that there are women who trade in that market today. Let's talk about youth employment and dignity. Her worship understands that a clean city is a dignified city. She launched a youth-led urban cleaning system that began with 70 workers and now employs hundreds of young people. Through the youth volunteerism scheme, validated with United Nations support, she is breaking the cycle between education and unemployment. Young people in Banjul are not waiting for handouts. They are working, they are learning, and I am certain they are also very proud of our Lord Mayor. Talking about Water for Women, her flagship Water for Women initiative, which I know is very, very dear to her heart. She has delivered clean water to underserved communities across the Gambia, directly advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 6 in a nation where women and children bear the heaviest burden of water scarcity. Her worship has turned a human right into a lived reality of thousands of families, and I join the good people of Banjul to say thank you, Her Lordship. The next point I wish to highlight here is that of the national level, which I call the Gambian's voice for local government. Her worship, Rohey Lowe, is not just the mayor of Banjul, she is the national conscience for local government in the Gambia. She has consistently argued that local government is where impact lives. At the launch of the Organization Economic Cooperation and Development of African Development Bank and United Cities for Local Government and the Africa Report of African Urbanization Dynamics 2025, she declared, open quote, most institutions with financial power want to work with central government rather than local government. Local government is not at the top of their agenda, but that's where impact is, close quote. Lord Mayor Lowe has received national recognition, including West Africa Social Media Awards, Public Service Excellence Award in 2025, presented alongside Her Excellency First Lady Fatoumata Barrow. Accepting her award, her worship humbly said, open quote, this recognition is not a personal accolade, but a testament to the collective spirit, resilience, and hard work of the entire city of Banjul and the Gambia, close quote. The UDP, in a rare gesture of cross-partisan celebration, publicly congratulated her worship on winning the African Woman of the Year award, calling her an excellent example of girls and young women, a fine role model, an exemplary leader, and of course, a woman of substance. Thank you. When political parties agree on a leader's excellence, that leader has transcended partisanship. Her worship has done exactly that. Now, let me take you to the international level, which I label Banjul's voice on the global stage. This is where her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe, has truly rewritten the script of what a city mayor can be. Addressing the United Nations General Assembly, her worship addresses that assembly every single year. Let me repeat, every single year for the last 8 years as well, since 2018. This is where forum of the highest level of political power in the world, where you meet the movers and the shakers of the globe. When she stands on that podium in New York, she does not speak as Rohey Malick Lowe, but she speaks as the mayor of Banjul, and the world listens. What the world sees there is Banjul, and the world sees the Gambia, and that is simply amazing. Let's talk about the World Urban Forum, a historic double honor. Just 2 weeks ago in Baku, Azerbaijan, her worship achieved what few leaders will ever experience. She was selected to deliver the keynote address at the opening ceremony of the World Urban Forum 13. She was also selected to deliver the closing speech on behalf of local and regional governments of the entire world. What a woman, what a rare gem. Give her a huge hand of applause. From opening to closing, her worship represented every city, every region, every local government on this planet at that event. That is not an accident. That is the result of years of tireless advocacy, relationship building, and relentless visibility on behalf of the people of Banjul. As the president of RAFELA, the local elected women's network of Africa, known with the French acronym RAFELA, her worship leads a continental movement spanning 54 African countries, and under her leadership, RAFELA has championed 3 historic agendas backed by the United Nations Agenda for 2063 and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. First, zero violence against women and girls. Secondly, zero exclusion of women from politics and decision making. And thirdly, empowerment of women and girls. She has personally overseen capacity building programs that have trained women mayors and councillors across the continent in leadership, in governance, in fundraising, and in gender budgeting. Africa as a capital city for sustainability, and through the Africa Capital Cities Sustainability Forum, her worship has built a continental network of capital city mayors committed to sustainable urban development, sharing best practices, mobilizing resources, and speaking with one voice on challenges such as climate change. As the Vice President of the Global Parliament of Mayors, her worship serves as the Vice President of the Global Parliament of Mayors, placing Banjul at the table where world's most influential city leaders shape global policy. She has received, as the first African mayor, the Global Parliament of Mayors Awards in 2022 in recognition of her exceptional leadership. Thank you. At the United Nations high-level engagement, her worship has addressed the United Nations Water Conference, declaring, open quote, water governance is not only a global concern, but a local responsibility. Meaningful participation must begin before conferences are convened, with local governments actively involved in shaping agendas from the outset. Close quote. She has represented Banjul at the UN Climate Conference, the Africa Climate Summit, the AfriCity Summit, and the Stockholm Conference on Women's Political Participation. She has also served as a panelist alongside the African Development Bank, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and Cities Alliance global power players. Looking at the South-South cooperation as well, her worship has championed South-South cooperation, facilitating exchanges between Banjul and other developing cities to share best practice in governance, climate action, and gender equality. The renovation of the Albert Market, supported by the King of Morocco, stands as a shining example of what such partnerships can achieve. So from Harvard to the smallest workshop, her worship has also led and making sure that it's not monopolized, but it is actually cultivated. She has participated in Harvard leadership programs, bringing world-class executive education back here in Banjul. She has also organized small grassroots capacity building workshops for women and youth across the city, whether on a global stage or in a local community. She is always building the next generation. She has built the capacity for young women to set up and replace her. She knows her time will come to leave the scene at some point, but she will never, ever leave you. To all the strong women out there, may we know them, may we be them, and most importantly, may we raise them. And I know firsthand that is exactly what our Lord Mayor is doing, raising young girls to be like her someday. With these remarkable work that she does, people appreciate her everywhere. I will now talk about some of the awarded international recognition that she has received. Not for her personal ambition, but as recognition of Banjul's rising stature. In 2022, she received the Global Parliament Awards, Parliament of Mayors Award. In 2023, the Special Citation of Exemplary Leadership of the United Nations Habitat. In 2024, African Woman of the Year, and 2025, West Africa Social Media Award for Public Service and Excellence Award. Every award that her worship has received, she has dedicated it not to herself, but to the people of Banjul. Now, permit me to respond to the critics of her travels. Very important. Some people complain that her worship travels too much. Let me address that directly, and I've got the authority to do so. She does not travel for family visits. She does not travel for tourism. She does not travel for her personal pleasure. Lord Mayor Lowe travels for the people of Banjul. She travels for the people of Gambia. Traveling can be very risky, but she does that for you. Her recent trip in May to Nigeria was also to attend the Impact Her and African Union Global Women's Sustainable Conference, of which I was also part of, representing the people of Banjul, and both of us, myself as a former mayor and her as your mayor, in that capacity in another country, and she used that same visit to travel to Bayelsa State, and that is the result of what you see today with His Excellency and his entourage in the Gambia. From Bayelsa, she also moved to the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and sat for a session in the Red Chambers, thanks to my dear husband who invited both of us, and she was well recognized on behalf of the people of Banjul in the Red Chambers at the National Assembly in Abuja, not for herself again, but for the people of Banjul and the Gambia. So when she stands at the United Nations General Assembly, she carries the name of the city and the flag of your country. When she delivers the closing speech on behalf of the cities and regions of the world does not see Rohey Malick Lowe, they see Banjul and they see the Gambia. She addresses world heads of state. She sits at the table where decisions are made about climate, finance, urban development, and gender equality. And every single time, she makes sure that Banjul is in the room. Just a few mayors have that opportunity. I can tell you that, and she is definitely one of them. So let us not criticize her travel, Gambians. Let us celebrate it, because every mile that she flies, every passport that's been stamped, she collects every speech that she delivers, and she is doing that for the people of Banjul and the Republic of Gambia. So before I conclude, I want to call on the women and the girls of Banjul and the Gambia, specifically right now. I speak directly to you as your sister. Her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe, has built the capacity of young women to set up and replace her and to step up most importantly. She has mentored, she has trained, she has opened doors. One day she will leave the scene, but she will not leave you. So I say to every young woman here today, do not be afraid to step up and get into her shoes. Go to her to hold your hand, and I guarantee you she will do just that. She will teach you, she will fight for you. Yes, the road is not easy, I can assure you. When I came here in March and I was talking about women in politics, I did tell you that being a woman in politics is tough, and being a woman of color in politics is tougher. But she has continued to blaze the trail. So thank you, my Lord Mayor. The critics will not be silent, but her worship has shown you that a woman from Banjul can stand at the podium of the United Nations and the world will listen. You are her legacy, and that legacy is just beginning. So to conclude your worship, today we launch a book to chronicle your journey, a documentary to capture your impact, and a magazine to celebrate your vision. But your true legacy is not written on paper. It is written in the restored walls of the Albert Market, the clean water flowing to underserved communities, the young people earning dignified wages, and the women now preparing to take your place. It is written in the eyes of every girl in Banjul who now believes that one day she also can become a mayor. You have carried Banjul to the United Nations, you have carried the Gambia to the world, and you have done it with grace, with courage, and an unshakable love for your people. The people of Banjul see you, the people of the Gambia applaud you, Africa and the world celebrate you. Her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe, we salute you, not only as the mayor of Banjul, but as a voice of a new Africa where women lead, where cities innovate, and where local government change.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I want to thank her worship, Abigail Marshall Khatun, for that inspiring keynote address. And thank you for your powerful words, your leadership, and continued commitment to community development, unity, and empowerment. We are indeed truly honored by your presence here today, ma'am. Thank you so much. We would like to respectfully acknowledge the presence of Mr. Usman Toure, Deputy Executive Coordinator for Banjul, and thank him for honoring this occasion with his presence. We will also, the Office of the Lord Mayor also extend sincere appreciation to our valued sponsors whose generous support and partnership continue to contribute greatly to initiatives such as this. And special thanks to QCell, Turkish Airlines, APS, and Banjul Alport for standing with the people of Banjul and supporting the vision and efforts of the Office of the Lord Mayor. Your support is truly appreciated. And we are equally pleased to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Matar Sen, President of the Gambia Wrestling Association, Honorable Nde Yassin Sekasala, former Member of Parliament, as well as Mr. Burture and the Jumbanti Reumi presidential candidate. Thank you all for gracing this occasion with your presence and support. Julie.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you, Madam Abigail. That was a powerful, powerful statement. Please give her another round of applause. This is women power, this is women leadership, and it goes to show that when women lead, changes happen. comme kii mooy Abigail moom doon na xariti mayor doon na doomi ndeyam moom it former mayor la woon ànd naag mayor bi si international events yu bëri comme nu mu doon wax rek si kàllaama angale mu nekk lu am solo moo nekk jaar-jaarin maire bi waaye tamit achievements yoo xam ne daal loolu la receive under pressure because situation bi tey suñ ko gisee tey mayor bi ñëpp xam nañ ne dañ ko bully dañ ko saaga cyberbullying cyberly yoolu yëpp dañ na ko si both sides of the country waaye gis nañ ne loolu taxut mu ne déedéet lii man maa njëkkaa nekka mayor of Banjul waaye du man maa nekka last soo doonee force pour nga bàyyi legacy pour ñi ñi doona la danga war a nekka nit koo xam ne daal danga xarañ waaye tamit danga war a nekka nit koo xam ne daal jigéeni jàmbaar nga jigéeni jàmbaar mooy nga fata sa noppa yi jigéeni jàmbaar mooy nga bàyyi nit ñi luñ la nekka di wax jigéeni jàmbaar mooy saaga bum la duga nga am a thick skin te gis nañ ne mayor jigéeni jàmbaar la góor ba mën a jigéen ba mën góor la gis nañ achievements yu fi register mun nañoo wax ne sax achievements bum register moom si tanwam bi mun nañoo wax ne sax góor yi moromi góoram yi xaax boobu noonu defuñ ko gis nañ ne fii Abigail lim na si achievements yoo xam ne daal mayor Rohey Malick Lowe def na ko si under her leadership gis nañ ne fu mu nekk ni jàngal na jigéen yi jàngal na ndaw ñi jànga boo xam ne daal lu am solo la because jànga rek moo ñu liberate as a people suñ jàngee rek dañoo libéré soo gisee tey ñu ngee toog di wax women empowerment women leadership ñu ngee wax jigéen ñi dañ war a dem si kanam jigéen ñi dañ war a lead because for far too long jigéen ñi dañ dee gis ne dañ dee serve as yaay compines dañ dee gis ne jigéen si dañ dee nekk feccakat dañ dee gis jigéen ñi ñoo dañ dee nekk toogakat si parti yi waaye mayor dafa ñëw mu ne enough is enough women if you can lead su dee ne mun nañ laa def si position bi as góor bi why can't we lead imagine ku jur góor ku mool góor ku ko defar ba mu mun a taxaw tey mu nekk président kon kooku noonu am na sañ-sañ bi am na mun bi pour mu mun a lead fu nekk soo maire bi jaar-jaaram tey achievements bi rek lañ nekk di celebrate waaye buñ fàtte tamit jaar-jaar bi buñ fàtte ne saaga bi it comes with that foog nga am thick skin so moo taxit nag mu ngee wax ne man mayor Rohey Malick Lowe du ma jógee tànka fii ma jógee fi fekk aw ma ku ma replace so foog naa ne ñu yëpp tey dañ si war a jàngee di wax ne ok dama faa nekk ba faw waaye legacy booy bàyyi am na solo torop ëllëg ak si biir soo fa nekkutee kan ngay gurum pour mu nekk si sa place mayor loolu la nekk di def nekkut fa pour boppam wax bi tamit bëri na di wax ne mayor mu ngee tukki rek mooy mayor mu ngee tukki comme Abigail lu ko waxee mu ne tukki bu mu nekk di tukki noonu nekkut pour boppam nekkut pour famille am bi mu ngee tukki because of Banjul mu ngee tukki because of Gambia soo gisee tey mu ngee daan doola mu ngee dem suba guddi bëccëg munuta nelaw munuta toog is because jigéen ñi tey dafa bugg a gis ne jigéen ñi jàng nañ dafa bugg a gis ne jigéen ñi dañ am dignified life waaye dafa bugg a gis ne tamit ndaw ñi fekk jàng nañ xam nañ lan moo nekk seen ak seen yelleef because development because empowerment because access to clean water access to sanitation access to energy loolu are fundamental human rights so gisul ko dafa nekk di jàngal jigéen ñi pour ñu xam ne lii nekkul tey dañ la ko jox rek pour yow citizen nga waaye sa ak sa yelef la loolu sa fundamental human right la mu nekk lu am solo so lu am na international awards yu bëri yoo xam ne daal du Gambia fii la ko amee waaye all over the world adresse na toog na foo xam ne daal moo nekk the highest decision making body lu nekk United Nations General Assembly adresse na foofu noonu te wax na about fi jigéen yi ndaw yi ak climate change so gis nañ ne maire bi achievement bu mu register in the Gambia here 5,000 beneficiaries ñoo xam ne daal ñoo benefit from booxoolam bi youth empowerment initiatives yu nekk di def jàngale ndaw yi jigéen yi empowerment gardening bi gis nañ ne economy of the Gambia 70% of the economy of the Gambia people are in the agricultural sector and of course they are in the informal sector and mayor bi play na a key role pour ensure ne jigéen yi are integrated they are part and parcel of national development nekkatuñ yaay compagnie waaye dañoo jóg tey am positions yu góor yi am what a man can do a woman can do even better and 10 times more.
We will now proceed to the next segment of today's program. And our next speaker is dedicated public servant and community leader whose role in local governance continues to contribute to development initiatives and civic engagement within the city.
And of course, his service to and commitment and service and collaboration within the Banjul City Council continues to shape the development aspiration of the city and of course at the community and institutional progress of the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Deputy Mayor Abdul Aziz Gay.
Give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Masters of ceremony, allow me to recognize the presence of, first and foremost, His Excellency, Executive Governor Douye Diri of Bayelsa State, and his high-powered delegation from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Her Worship, the mother of us all, Ajaratu Rohey Malick Lowe, Honorable Lord Mayor of Banjul City Council and President of Rafela, and also the host of this very important occasion. His Excellency, Party Leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, Ba Usainu, Honorable Usainu Dabo. And also all the senior political party representatives here present. His Excellency the Turkish Ambassador, members of the Diplomatic Corps here present, Honorable Sunday Marshall Khatun, Senator of Southern Kaduna, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Honorable Mayor Abigail Marshall Khatun, Councillor and former Lord Mayor of Leeds, United Kingdom, Lord Mayor of Kir Masar, Honorable Adam Masar and his deputy, Honorable Boubacar Bachili, Honorable Council and delegation from the Republic of Mali, Honorable Madike Sise, and Honorable Mudlamin Biramba, and all other National Assembly members here present, Honorable Yankuba Dabo, Lord Mayor of Birkama Area Council, Honorable Lamin K. Seidi, Presidential Youth Advisor, CEO and senior members of Banjul City Council, Honorable Councillors of Banjul City Council, Honorable Amali Musa, Nigerian High Commission, Mrs. Aisha Tuja, Executive Director of the Q Group Foundation, religious and traditional leaders across the Gambia, representative of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, and other representatives from ministries, departments, and agencies here present, Rafaela National Coordinator and regional coordinators, women groups from across the Gambia, representatives from our distinguished partners, the Gambia Band, and cultural groups from Gambia and Nigeria, Honorable Balagaba Jahumpa, Action Man, and other invited distinguished guests, friends from the media, my dear uncles, Honorable Uncle Ibrahim Amani, and Honorable Uncle Mamjai, and also my mother and sister here present today. Allow me to begin with a confession. As I sat preparing these remarks, I realized that I was facing a challenge, not because I did not know what to say, but because I did not know how to speak about the woman we celebrate today. Many of you know her as her worship. Many of you know her as mayor. Many of you know her as a champion of women, a respected stateswoman, and a leader whose voice has traveled far beyond the borders of our beloved city. But for me, it has never been that simple. Because somewhere along this journey, she became much more than a mayor. She became a mentor, a guide, and in many ways, a mother figure. When I learned that a book and documentary were being launched in honor of her worship, Rohey Malick Lowe, I smiled, not because I was surprised, but because I realized that history was beginning to record what many of us had already witnessed. Because some people pass through office, others leave footprints across Banjul, across the Gambia, across Africa, and in the lives of countless people she has encountered along the way. Today is not merely a celebration of an individual. It is a celebration of what is possible when courage meets conviction, when leadership meets service, and when a woman refuses to accept the limitations that society sometimes places before her. Thank you. We're sorry for that interruption, so I'll just proceed. As I was saying, she never stopped believing in people. She believed in women. She believed in women when society often asked them to wait. She believed in young people when many questioned their readiness. She believed in Banjul when others only saw its challenges. And she believed in me long before I believed in myself. For that, I will always remain grateful. In many ways, I was fortunate. I entered public service as a young man with energy, passion, ideas, and the legitimacy that comes from being elected by the people. Like many young leaders, I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to contribute. I wanted to help shape the future of my city. But one of the greatest lessons I learned early in my journey was this: that not every opportunity is an opportunity to compete. Some opportunities are opportunities to learn. Some opportunities are opportunities to serve. I understood that very early, that my responsibility was not to compete with her worship. My responsibility was to support her. My responsibility was to learn from her. My responsibility was to carry part of the burden, do the heavy lifting whenever necessary, and help turn vision into reality. And I can say this honestly today. Whenever her worship called, I answered. Whether it was during the day, whether it was at night, whether it was at 2 o'clock in the morning, whether it was convenient or not, I answered. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Because when you genuinely believe in a leader and the mission she represents, service stops feeling like a duty and becomes a privilege. And if there is one lesson I hope young people take from my journey, it is this: leadership is not always about seeking the spotlight. I pray that when history remembers this chapter of Banjul, it remembers not only what we achieved, but how we achieved it. A mayor willing to mentor, a young leader willing to learn, and a shared commitment to putting the city before personal ambition. As the first woman elected to lead the capital city of our nation, she carried a responsibility greater than the office itself. She was not only governing a city, she was opening doors for future generations of women and girls. Leadership is not always about seeking the spotlight, as I said. Leadership is not always about titles. Sometimes leadership is about loyalty. Sometimes leadership is about humility. And sometimes leadership is about understanding that before you can successfully lead, you must youth empowered, opportunities created, and our city become cleaner, stronger, and more confident. Through city diplomacy and international partnerships, she demonstrated that Banjul could sit confidently at global tables. She proved that influence is not determined by geography, but by vision. Many leaders leave behind buildings. Many leaders leave behind policies. Many leaders leave behind speeches, but few leave behind belief. Her worship made women believe. She made young people believe. She made communities believe. She made Banjul believe. The book launched today will tell your story. The documentary will preserve your journey. The magazine will record your achievements, but none of them can fully capture your greatest legacy. Your greatest legacy lives in people. History will remember you as a mayor. Africa will remember you as a leader. Banjul will remember you as one of its finest daughters. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service. Thank you for believing in Banjul, and thank you for believing in me. May your legacy continue to inspire generations unborn. Thank you, Mama Mayor.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mayor Abdul Aziz Gay, for those remarks. Indeed, this goes to show that the contribution of Her Lordship, the Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe. And then for me, one thing really stood out for me. It's about the ability to make people believe. You know, that is very difficult. Leadership is not all about convenience, but it's about service to nation. It's about loyalty to the republic. It's about legacy. It's about what you do and the impact you have done in the lives of the people. You can give someone $1 million today and tomorrow they forget. But once you impact knowledge, you impact morale in someone, they can go with that for the rest of their lives and they will never forget. And that is what she was able to do for the people of Banjul, but also to the people of the Gambia. Comme kii mooy Abdou Aziz Gueye moom moo nekk Deputy Lord Mayor of Banjul City Council. comme nu ko doon waxee rek moom it dafa jaajëfal Lord Mayor si góom-góom boo xam ne daal loolu la ko def wax na ne Lord Mayor dafa nekk jigéen boo xam ne daal waxut ko rek joxut nekkul foofu noonu rek position waaye it daf ko dee puus bu dee bëccëg suba ngoon pour mu nekk the best version of himself mu jàppale boppam mu gom boppam ndaxte gom sa boppa si jaamu yàlla la bokk tamit soo gomutee sa boppa doo mun a jaamu yàlla soo gomutee sa boppa dangaa doon slave si keneen soo gom sa boppa dafa am solo nit ki mun nga koo may lu nekka waaye one important thing soo ko mayut rek moo nekka ngom-ngom mu gom sa boppa nga am gore nga gore loolu it's something very very important te mu ne Lord Mayor dafa nekka loo xam ne loolu daf ko instill si moom waaye nekkul moom kese daf ko instill si ndaw ñoo xam ne daal ñoo nekka Banjul te xam naa ne Abdoulaye Coulibaly mu fi moom it ndaw la koo xam ne daal dafa xañ torop si Banjul City Council gis nañ fi tamit honorable Ba moom it mu fi nekk na ndaw koo xam ne daal ñi yëpp si roni Mayor bi lañ nekka te nekkañ na ndaw yoo xam ne daal dañ xare te tamit ñu ngi daan seen doole pour ensure that ñu jàppale réew mi ñu jàppale Lord Mayor si achievement sami waaye tamit si struggle bi because nekkul lu yomb women leadership historically dañ xam ne rek comme ay kings lañ dee am fii waaye pour am queens bariwul su baree sax benn lañ xam nañ ne the queen of Sanyang kooku mu fi woon te tamit dafa nekk nit koo xam ne daal jigéeni jàmbaar lañ xam nañ ne before in the 80s and the 19th centuries xam nañ ne women leaders are here in the Gambia so it's not about reinventing the wheel it's about knowing who we are and how do we know who we are as a people and as a country it's through education. So all these things are not new. Women leadership, it's not new in the Gambia. Women leadership, it's not new in Africa. But it takes for someone to actually learn and know that these things are happening, and they were happening, and they're not to reinvent the wheel, but also to ensure that women are supported to achieve their goals and objectives. Like I said, it's not about you versus me. It's about us. It's about women, a man and a woman working together collectively towards the achievement and the attainment of our developmental aspirations. So thank you very much, Deputy Mayor, for those remarks.
And we also like to specially and respectfully acknowledge the presence of veteran journalist and media proprietor, Fatou Kamara, founder and CEO of Fatou Network. And we also like to respectfully acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Ibundu, former ambassador to Senegal. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. And before we proceed, Julie, our special guest, the governor of Bayelsa State, has requested that the police band entertain us for 1 minute. I'm sure he loves music.
Yes.
So we'll allow the police band to entertain us.
Thank you very much, the police band, for that entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to acknowledge the presence of Mama Kande, who is the party leader of GDC. Thank you very much, Honorable, for gracing the occasion. And of course, now, Miss, we have Makuba Sane, who is a campaign manager to the Lord Mayor of Banjul. Thank you very much for that. In our agenda, we have a poet by the name Safia Tujuf. She will recite a poem here for us, and then we will continue the program. Safiatou, the floor is yours.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our very own Safiatou.
Let me have it here because I have to present this to her. It's a surprise. No, continue.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shaitan once again. Distinguished guest speakers, honorable mayors, it's an incredible moment to be here as a guest poet. It's a surprise. The daughter of the soil, in the heart of Banjul, a female becomes stands tall. Born in Banjul 1971, she became the first female mayor in 2018. For leaders like Rohey, they are people we should protect, even in their imperfect moments, as the rumors qualities that they possess. A symbol of pride, commitment, and purpose, Rohey Malick Lowe. You are the daughter of Alhaji Malick Lowe, who was a mayor of Banjul in 1981. Known for his honesty and dedication, he was a pure father of the soul. I heard the chimney bird in this hall. Recollections of the special memories of your late father. As the guitarist man pulled the strings, I knew that your legacy wasn't a mistake. With courage and vision, you hold the world in your hands. With strength and persistence, you saw the lifetime of humanity. Even in the river of the toughest battles, a warrior she has been caved. Enduring all sorts of points punched with warmth of love and careful thoughts. She nurtures leadership in Gambian women and a charge of confidence in skills. This is not a tax, but a belief in her voice. We shall not let your line bleed. You are the fruits of our desires, the eternal peace of your legacy, colorfully breathing the stars of Banjul. You are the fortress head that motivated women. Rohey, our mother, our mentor, a sovereign of grace. Bringing opportunities to the city of the Gambia. Her purpose is clear. Her mission is served, echoing the breathing banner of Banjul. May your journey continue with wisdom. Thank you, Rohey, the daughter of the soul.
Thank you, Safiatou. That was a powerful poem. And of course, she is presenting a special gift to her Lordship, the Lord Mayor, for her resilience, her commitment, and her enduring legacy towards the empowerment of women in this country, but of course around the world. Thank you very much, Safiatou, for the recognition. And then moving on,
Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to the presentation of the official magazine. And our next presenter is someone who continues to contribute to storytelling, media and public engagement through information sharing and documentation of important moments and milestones.
Of course, publications such as these help preserve stories, achievements, perspectives, and experiences for present and future generations.
Please help us in welcoming Mr. Omar Ba for the official magazine presentation.
Please give him a big round of applause. Omar Ba of the Standard newspaper. Omar Ba, the floor is yours.
BCC team, is there any information?
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Omar Ba is here.
So thank you very much for supporting Her Lordship, the Lord Mayor, in her efforts towards the empowerment of women and girls in our country. Indeed, history will also put your name. And thank you very much for your efforts.
My voice is back, okay? You lemon, that's nice. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all in the name of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. My task here is precise and simple. I am tasked to formally introduce Her Lordship Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe's maiden magazine, prepared by me with the support of few other colleagues and journalists. The magazine has captured more than a political trajectory. It has documented how one mayor's vision is repositioning Banjul as a city that speaks on the world stage, not just within it. The magazine has exposed the fact that leadership must be measured not only by what is built locally, but by how effectively it attracts global attention and resources to local problems. Mayor Lowe's records demonstrate that local government, when led with ambition and international survey, can punch above its weight. Your Worship, Lord Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe, preparing this edition of your maiden magazine in your honor, has been deeply moving for me. I have been following your development from 2018, when you were first elected as mayor of Banjul. I think I have attended almost 75% or at least 60% of events that you organize. And I am proud to say you have developed to be one of the best women of Africa, without a doubt. Page after page tells the story of a leader who refuses to let Banjul be overlooked. We trace your achievements at home, the push to make Banjul cleaner, more resilient, and more inclusive, the determination to center women and youth in decisions that shape their future, the courage to tackle flooding, waste, and decay head-on, knowing the work is hard and the resources are scarce. But what struck us most is how you have carried Banjul's voice beyond our borders. As president of Rafela, you have built bridges for African women leaders. In global forums, you have placed Banjul in conversations on climate, urban resilience, and finance spaces, where our city too often goes unheard. You have shown that local leadership rooted in purpose can command international respect. This magazine is more than a profile. It is a record of what is possible when leadership is bold, compassionate, and unafraid to think beyond the city limits. That said, thank you for providing Banjul with the leadership and inspiration it deserves. Just a short story before I conclude. When Mayor Lowe contacted me to prepare this magazine, I went there, we discussed about it, and I'm sure after that, she must have discussed it with others. And most of the people that he discussed it with probably were trying to convince her to give it to a bigger firm. Maybe they were not sure that a young man like me or young men like us who did this magazine were able to do it. But she said no. She said, I have trust in these people. I was with them when things were difficult. When I want to tell my stories today, I'll have to tell the story with them. And we thank you, Mayor, for that. We appreciate it. That said, I wish you all a fruitful event. Al Nimbara Jarama Jerejef.
Thank you very much, Omar, for your support to the Lord Mayor of Banjul and also your contribution. Anyone who knows Omar knows that he is also someone who is a key figure in the Gambia's media industry. He has played a very important role towards the empowerment of women. And by the way, he is also my mentor. He mentored me when I was at the Standard newspaper growing up and I started journalism. So I am thankful and grateful to Omar today. He is someone who contributed immensely towards my development, but also my professional growth. So it's no surprise that Omar is part of those that actually supported Mayor in her journey to ensure that he documents some of the achievements that Omar has registered, but also key figures and personalities in this country that contributed towards the success of, the Mayor of Banjul. So moving on, we are now going to the documentary screening, and of course, this documentary is also done by a group of young Gambians, talented young Gambians, who are also passionate about women empowerment, leadership, and who believe that women can actually lead and women can make a change as far as the development of this country is concerned. And this person, or these people, are actually the one who read the documentary, who narrated this very important documentary. It's no other than Ansumana Esonyasi, who is my colleague, who is a friend, and who is a brother, someone who has also, has a track record in the Gambia media landscape, and he a senior journalist, presenter, and of course presenter at QTV Gambia. But unfortunately, Ansumana Esonyasi could not join us today to present this documentary screening because, yesterday, unfortunately, he was attacked at his home, and then he sustained some serious injuries. And our prayers with Ansumana Esonyasi. Please join me to actually give him a very big round of applause in his absence, for his contribution, for his dedication, for his support, for his resilience, and of course for believing in the Mayor. Ansumana is the first person who actually approached me about Mayor and some of the projects and initiatives that she is actually embarking on. And he always pushed me towards, Jole, you are there for women empowerment, you believe in women leadership, and I believe that you can work well with Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe. So it takes a selfless individual, it takes a good individual and a kind-hearted individual to actually connect and see the potential of another person and then support but also encourage you to move better, but not that, to move closer towards your goal and aspiration. Ansumana is being supported by also dynamic young men in this country in the name of Bibi Joe. Bibi, he is here. Please, Bibi, if you are here, stand up so that people can recognize you and your contribution. And of course, Chef Tijan Cisse, he's also a camera operator at QTV Gambia, and also his team. So the media house that they are having, an online consultancy media house, which is Sub Multimedia, and they are a group of young people who are doing so well. And this is not the first time they are actually doing a documentary for the Lord Mayor. This is not the first time they are documenting her achievements, her contribution, and of course, some of the things that she is doing for the people of Banjul, but of course for the people of the Gambia, because she is the mayor for Banjul City Council. But to us young people, to us women and girls, to us in this room, she is the mayor of the Gambia. That is why we proudly give her the title of Good Banjul. That does not just come by coincidence, and that does not come just like that. It comes because of her hard work, her resilience, and also ensuring that she actually move forward and then move women in this country forward. She is a believer of women development. She is a believer of women empowerment, and that is why it is my honor and absolute pleasure to actually work with her, worship the Lord Mayor of Banjul, but also it's really an honor to work with Ansumana Esonyasi, a very selfless, hardworking individual. He really wanted to be here today, really. He told me that, Julie, honestly, I wish I can, grace this occasion, but it's man decide and then God propose. So it is rather unfortunate that he could not be here to show his hard work, the resilience and the efforts. Imagine taking 6 months of your time, going around the clock to interview people, to document stories. Like Honorable Malick Lowe said, it's very difficult to document the achievement and the struggles of people in this country, especially when it comes to women leadership, because we know what comes with it. We know the struggle, we know the doubts, we know the sleepless nights. We know, of course, looking at us and then saying that in the big podiums that we are supporting you. This is a woman that we are rallying behind. But behind closed doors, we know what is really happening. Behind closed doors, women leaders in this country are left alone to actually move forward and then do things and break barriers. And I am happy to associate with the Lord Mayor of Banjul. I am happy and excited to be associated with Aissatou Sekaja, who is the Executive Director of the Q Group Foundation, a woman of substance. I am happy to be associated with the Environment Minister Rohey Malick. I am glad to be associated, of course, with Fatou Kinte, the Minister of Environment, the Minister of Gender. These are women who have played a very key role, a pivotal role towards the development of this country. These are the women that have gone all out to ensure that the future of this country, the future of young people, the future of women in this country is bright. These are the women who have gone tirelessly. They are breaking barriers to ensure that they lay the foundation for the next generation of great young leaders in this country. So we are really, really proud. Thank you very much. And honestly, you will be amazed, when you see the documentary that we are coming to display right now. You would believe that this is done by dynamic young people in this country. It's done by Ansumana Esonyasi, Bibi Joe, Chef Tijan, and the team. Thank you very, very much. And now this is the time where we unveil the documentary for the achievements, the struggle, and the success story of Rohey Malick Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in unveiling this very compelling documentary.
In the heart of Africa, where resilience is born from struggle and hope rises from the strength of communities, emerges a woman whose leadership has transformed lives and inspired generations. A woman of courage, a woman of compassion, a woman of substance. For thousands of vulnerable sense of possibility. At a time designed the main problem of the economic crisis. She launched transformative humanitarian interventions support initiative for women of Banjul. Countless women found opportunities to rebuild businesses and regain independence. She understood that empowering a woman means empowering an entire
and deserve because of its finances. When we talk about women, the first thing that comes to mind every time is education, health. I think many people are looking at me how I should have also to answer to that call.
Forcefully men. Forcefully men. Si mieux les choses de l'humanité, c'est ça. Maybe the life of individual man responsible is better. Because we sponsor it. That passes it to pay right.
remains still strong. Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe chose not to look away. Through the construction, he brought life-changing access to clean water. Became more to survive. It became dignity. It became trust. It became economic empowerment.
How? Because some of them could not. It's like housewife, staying at home. Nice, but we're living now in a global village. You cannot just leave everything for the man to wear. So we harvesting their crops and selling it, there they will have money for themselves and also to help about women and girls business. And not only because I'm a woman, yes, I am. We also have to understand that men, the other gender, is our partner, they are our partner. I'm bringing I people I want being a guardian of my you are Mr. Yan or Simpana and Bindo Simpana. Or Yamama side of them, then I'm like I told you. Thank you for playing out of the former. I'm going to see you now. Là buku yang dasar. Bagi dari rumah tu yang buku di rumah tak terbatas. Sampai itu sama. Bukan jangan itu sama. Lepas itu buku kan. Buku orang yang kan dulu terjadi sama. Orang yang dah sewa tak boleh baca. Asalnya, orang dah masih bagi nak beli orang boleh masuk. Katanya mana? Yang dah lebih memang jigit ni, gitu boleh. Dan jigit soal itu jis, jigit soal ni. Yang cukup dosen saya itu satu dua jam. Kalau boleh jigit yang punya kali. Kalau boleh sejam dah banyak kali. Kalau sudah boleh jigit boleh.
True leadership invests in the future. Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe has consistently supported children from poor and vulnerable by paying school fees and ensuring access to education, because every child deserves a future. Her generous supporting the spiritual and moral development of young while preserving values of faith, discipline, and community. In every act of kindness, she reminds the world that leadership is service.
Mooy meilleur Banjul waaye meilleur demul si Banjul dem na ba biir Banjul dafa jóg di jàppale jigéen ñi jóg di jàppale ndaw ñi. Saa yu ñu moo xaaral la def mais dem ko wala lu yàlla doon mu mel sama góor waaye dina
both racism and racism, not supposed to blend out.
Across Africa, women continue to break barriers in leadership, and among those inspiring in politics, proving that leadership is not defined by commitment to humanity. Her journey inspires young girls to believe that they too can lead nations, save for she carries the hopes of African women with grace and determination, and through her
to be aware. I've seen women now participating a lot in Rafaela activities. His Excellency, the governor, His Excellency Dio, to launch this book. So you can see that there are people out there. This is what keeps me going. Who are not only in the dialogue. When we talk about powerful women, for example, who is the second, people like the former mayor of, so like my very own sister, who is also the here in the United Arab Emirates. So I have empathy. When you talk to her this afternoon, she will ask you what you do and how I empower you guys. Recently launched the 20 boards. So our young women
progress is never achieved alone. Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe understands the importance of multilateral cooperation and international solidarity in building sustainable communities. Hence, our gratitude to the embassy of the People's Republic of China for its partnership and commitment to development and humanitarian support. And the governments and people of Austria, Azerbaijan, Morocco, and Pakistan for standing in partnership with communities in need. Their friendship and cooperation continue to inspire hope and progress. She retains special tribute to the King of Dubai and the Foreign Minister of Dubai for their generosity, friendship, and unwavering support toward our humanitarian and development initiatives that continue to uplift vulnerable communities. Their leadership in every generation, history remembers those compassion over comfort, and humanity over power. Mayor Rohey Malick Lowe this.
I want to be remembered mean a lot to God, but and in that I want to say that the only whenever you think of Rohey Malick Lowe, there is no way to go back. We are going forward and we will.
Communities continue to rise against our efforts. It will continue to sound across Africa.
Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that documentary there by Ansumana Isonyasi and the team. And then we now appreciate the power of storytelling. We now appreciate the power of the media. All of us sitting here, it took these young men 6 good months to actually bring this together, to actually tell a story, to actually celebrate a woman of greatness, to actually tell the stories of people in rural Gambia and some of the ordeals. Like Ansumana mentioned, it took girls more time in the taps and the wells to actually try to fetch water than in school, and we know what that does to society when the girls are not educated in any society. So in order to bridge that gap, in order to remove that and make that a history, the mayor decided to dig boreholes to these communities to give them access to clean drinking water, which I think is very important. Please give the team, Ansumana and the team, another round of applause. And of course, I have them here. Ansumana could not be with us, but some of the team members are here, Bibi and Shaktiya. Please share. And Bibi, this work is really a masterpiece, and we could not really proceed without acknowledging your contribution and the role you have played.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I must say I am very, very happy to be here, but also very emotional because we all know what happened to my colleague. The incident happened 2 hours when we just separated through telephone. By that time, we were drafting the final speech that he should be doing here. But unfortunately, we wish that the documentary could have been better, because there were so many things that we were supposed to do, but we have to spend a whole night till in the morning just to go and take bath and then come back here to make sure that it is delivered. But to be honest, it was not easy to do such a documentary for her, because what she did is extremely, very, very much. And then for us to compile it in only 15 minutes, it was a very big task that it was very difficult for us. But luckily, when you know someone for a very long time, it will be very easy for you to talk to her or maybe say something about her. Because our journey with her started immediately after her election, her victory in 2018. That was when we planned that since she is the first female mayor in the Gambia, let us try and compile and make a documentary for her for free of charge. And that's what we started that. When we did that, recently also, she was in the mission to vie for the referral presidency for West Africa. We also were privileged to do the 2-minute, 5-minute documentaries. That we cannot say that was why she won, no, but it contributed a lot because we were able to highlight some of the actual achievement that was needed to be portrayed for her to win the referral presidency. So actually, we are very thrilled and also very happy on behalf of SAP Multimedia and Consultancy, that is my colleague here, Siatijan Sise and Sumana Isonyasi, and also me myself. We did this documentary on a gratis, free of charge for her, just to show her how happy we are with her. So, kalama angale, ndekte bëgg naa suma papa ak suma yaay gars yi gis fan yi ni yëpp duñ leen mën a nalaw bu baax li ko waral mooy liggéey bi nga xam ni la ñoo defal kii suñu diggante ak moom dafa yàggal lool mun na war a toll si juróom-ñetti at ay kan see lu nekk dégg na ko si suñu affaire ñun tam lu nekk dégg nañ ko tam si affaire am waaye sooy def li nga xam ne yàlla moo tax doo si la am benn façon tiitaange te loolu moom moo ñu dal suñu diggante ak moom yàgg na lool ñu bëri xam nañ ko ndeg dañ wax ne nit ki su nekkee di def history soo ko muntu yokka boo seet na koy war a wàññee te di politique na koy mën a defee rek mooy nga ñëw nga bokk si li nga xam ne loolu la moo def moo tax documentaire si nga xam ne ñu ko doon defal dañ gis ne lépp loo ko defal rek sa bopp nga ko defalaat baag waaw soo ma jégalu baax a baax ndegte waru moon a wax because fële laa laxatu woon because Ansumana Eso Nyasi suma xarit la maanaam moom yàgg na fa about already 20 years maanaam moom together te moom moo waroon a toog fii maanaam only technically si gannaaw man si gannaaw laa nekk maa nekk di editor ak so many things nga xam ne moo nekk behind the scenes so actually man du ma lay feeñ when it comes to this kind of work waaye because of nekkut fii so moo tax Cheikh mu ne ma ne foog ma ñëw ma jëm a wane lii si kanam yi ñu dina wax ne kii góor la dëgga te nekk na ba nga xam ne nit dañ ko war a jàppale war ñoo am lu bëri from moom waaw thank you so much.
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullah maa ngi nuyu mbooloo mi nga xam ne ñoo fi daje ñëpp góor ak jigéen mag ak ndaw di wax ne tey am nañ mbégte ak kontaante gannaaw bi nga xamee ne yàlla suñu borom bàyyi nañu ñëw taxaw ci kanami borom xam-xam yii gannaaw loolu nag comme na ko suma collègue bi waxee mooy Birame S. Diop tey ku ne xam na ne tey bisi mbégte la waaye bisi kontaante la waaye tamit ku ne xam na ne ku xool suñu kanam bi rek nga xam ne am na lu bëree bëri loo xam ne des na ndax ñun ñett la woon tey ñun ñaar ñoo ñëw kon su ko defee may ñaan si mbooloo bi yëpp ñu daal di ñaanal suñu collègue boobu nga xam ne mooy Ansumana Eso Nyasi moom mi nga xam ne tey jii tey moom war na ñëw taxaw joxe kàddu yi nga xam ne moom lañ ñëw tey pour joxe nii waaye ni ñu ko waxee rek jaam bi ak pexem waaye yàlla ak dogalam lu yàlla def rek moo gën kon nag yàlla na yàlla fëkk boppam ba delloosi ko si liggéeyam ak dooleem ak kàttanam gannaaw bi mu passé documentaire bu doon daw fii léegi-léegi ni ñun la yàlla dogaloon ne ñun ñoo ko defal ki nga xam ne moo di suñ lool mayo bi nga xam ne moom moo njëkk a nekk mayo bu jigéen fii si biir réew mi fii mooy jigéen bi nga xam ne nag jigéen bu am yow màngal jigéen bi mun góor boo xam ne comme ni ñu koy waxee rek su góor takkee tubayam na jigéen takk sëram ba mu dëgër amul dara lu ngeen yóbbee lu rek ne ñun góor leen ngeen jigéen ngeen waaye nag ngeen bàyyi xel ne ñun luñ mun ngeen lu góor mu rek jigéen moo ko ko àggee kon nag loolu ñu lay gërëm bu baax da sant dafa am rek benn kàddu bi nga xam ne dinaa ko joxe fii tey pour mboolem bi yëpp ñu mën see bàyyi xel dafa amoon benn bés dama demoon officiel liggéey moom fi woon ñu dem man ku ne bàyyi xel la bi ma demee ma gis nit ñi ñuy duggee liggéey dugg bi gën tar lool man na ko waaye lan moo waral nii man dugg naa office yu bëri waaye fii mu mel ne mosuma ko gis ndeysaan mu ne ma ne man dañu fi toog ngir man maanaam dañu fi teg ngir doomu aadama yi kon ku fi ñëw rek luy sa àq ak sa yelleef rek di nga fi jëlee ngir ko incha allah ma ne ko weer bi def balaa may génn foofu rek ñaari jigéen dugg fa ak jooy benn jigéen bi ñëw joxe complet na mu ne dafa am doomam bu war a jàng doon ci jàng te moom jëkkëram dafa gaañu te li mu bëgg tey mooy maanaam nuyoo lu ko seet lu mu koy jàppale pour jàppale ko doomam bi pour kooku mën a dem jàngi ndax papaam nekku fi te kooku yaakaaram la bi mu ko waxee balaa boo pare rek ma xool nuyoo si bët muy jooy jooy métti ma ne ko noppi mayo balaa waajur dem mu tàggatoo moom na ko ne insha allahu rabbi jàppal na sa doom dina jàng bi ngi tey insha allah te loolu maa ko wax dina am te kooku jàpp na la doom jàngal kooku génn mu wax secrétaire ne ko ool ma keneen kooku ñëw na ko ne ñetti fan ma keneen ne ci tàggul muy lu daw yaram muy julee ba ñàkk ma ne ko néew noppi billaay walaay yëpp dina baax gis ngeen sa yéene mu jël kalpe bi nuxu nuxu ba mu yàgg mu jox ko ba mu yàgg mu xeet ko mu jëlaat baal bi suuf génn lu tax lu am solo jox ko ne ko dama togg añ bu neex ngeen lekk kenn gënul la lii man maa teg moo bët mu koy def ak yeneen ak yeneen yoo xam ne su ma wàññi loolu kenn du ko wax ndax moom moo wax ne am na yoo xam ne su ko defee bu kenn wax daf ko def yàlla tax man maa teg suma bët ñun ñu liggéey moom nii mos na lekk suñu ak dafay wax ak yow ba pare di maanaam li ngeen ko xamante mu jox la ko ba pare nga pare mu ne la kaay leen lii maa leen ko jox ko kenn jël suma doom de kon mais li nga am jombo te lii mooy lu gën a daw leneen da ngay ñëw insha allah yal na yàlla jàppale la réew mi jàmm rek moo fi xaj yal na yàlla saxal si jàmm jërëjëf def insha allahu taala thank you very much
nit moom moo nekk gor suñ ko waxee ne yow gor nga rek fekka gor daf la si fekka góor nga waaye gor bu dee jàpp di bàyyi su bàyyee rek xamal ne dañ ko jiiñooñ rek waaye mu suta doon gor so doon gor dafa important torop. Thank you very much, C. Acknowledgement. That is the team that actually compiled this documentary together, and he was actually highlighting that the moments they spent with the mayor and some of the achievements, and and how she was able to transform the lives of young people and women in this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juliet, and thank you to the entire team. We now move on to another important part of today's program, and Juliet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a moment like this reminds us that it's only greatness, it's only goodness, and it's only legacy that matters. As such, we are now going to introduce our next speaker, who is a respected municipal leader from the Republic of Senegal, whose presence here today further reflects the strong relationship and friendship shared between the two countries.
And as Lord Mayor of Kir Masar North, he continues to contribute to local governance, community development, and regional collaboration through leadership and service.
Beyond official duties, he also shares a very warm and long-standing relationship with the Lord Mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, a friendship built on mutual respect, cooperation, and a shared passion for community progress and people-centered leadership.
And today's event itself reflects the importance of those regional partnerships and friendships that continue to strengthen unity amongst neighboring communities and nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, join us in warmly welcoming the Lord Mayor, His Worship Adam Massar, Mayor of Kir Masar North, and party leader of reform. Give him a very big round of applause.
Assalamu alaikum, mbokku Gambia. Assalamu alaikum, mbokki Banjul. Ginnaaw ba ñu sante Yàlla julli ci Yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ñoo ngi nuyu mbooloo bi fi teew yépp di jël nuyoo di ko teg ci loxo sunu gan. su ma nee sunu gan parce que Gambia ak Sénégal benn la. kon ñoo ngi koy teg ci loxo gouverneur of Bayelsa State Douye Diri, ñu ngi lay dalal ak jàmm ak salaam. du nuyu autorités yi fi teew yépp mun nañu lim mayor Abigal bi nga xamante ne moo ngi jógee ba Leeds UK mais nekk africain nekk Nigerian ñoo ngi lay nuyu di nuyu bu baax sunu papa bi nga xamante ne képp kiy africain di doomu Afrique xam nga ko bu baax mooy ki nga xamante ne si mooy njiitu UDP ñu koy wax Seydou Dabo di nuyu bu baax sama xarit sama jigéen sama yaay sama confidente sama conseillère ngeen tàccul ma ko bu baax a baax a baax a baax muy honorable Rohey Malick Lowe kooku su ma ko nuyoo rek nuyu naa maire Gambie yëpp mais su ma ko nuyoo rek nuyu naa autorité Gambie yëpp du nuyu bu baax sunuy gan laay wax parce que Gambia ak Sénégal benn la yu jóge Mali comme ku mel ni Bathily yu jóge Nigeria yu jóge Ghana yu jóge Togo yu jóge Côte d'Ivoire ñëw ci bés bu màgg bii ñëw ci bés bii nga xamante ne dafa màgg dafa rëy waaye nag Olof Njaay dafa ne bés borom lay nuru Olof Njaay nee na bés borom lay nuru kon bés bii bu taaroo nii màggee nii yanjee nii rafetee nii dafa nuru borom muy honorable Rohey Malick Lowe xam naa kàddu yi du gudd mais na ngeen may baal ma nettali leen benn histoire wala lépp ci olof dafa amoon benn dëkk bu neex benn dëkk bu yaatu benn dëkk bu am jàmm mu am benn gaynde bu jigéen bu fa dëkkoon ak fukki gaynde yu góor lii nag léeb la gaynde bu jigéen bi bu xëyee dafay dem ci àll bi rëbb ñëw jox ay waa këram mais jox gaynde yu góor yu mu dëkkal ak seeni waa kër gaynde bu jigéen bi bu xëyee dafay dem ci dex bi nga xamante ne ndox boobu moo gën a neex mu dem root jox ay waa këram jox gaynde yu góor yi ak seeni waa kër comme ñun góor yi nag ay baadoola nañu bés ñëw ñu ne ko jigéen kii de dañ koy néewal doole nañu nangu këram nañu nangu alalam parce que ay góor lañu ñun ñoo am doole ji li yàlla di def ñu dem attaqué gaynde bu jigéen boobu ci ay waxtu yu néew a néew gaynde bu jigéen bi duma leen tëddal leen takk leen teg leen seeni place waaye yamut foofu pour wane gaynde gu jigéen googu nu mu baaxee pour wane gaynde gu jigéen googu xolam nu mu rafetee pour wane gaynde gu jigéen googu nit dëgg la dafa continuer di dem di rëbbi di jox njabootu gaynde yu góor yooyu dafa continuer di dem ci teen ba di dem ci dex ba di root di jox njabootu gaynde yu góor yooyu kon gaynde gu jigéen googu kilifa gu mat jigéen la mais kilifa gu mat a bàyyi ci réew la loolu nag benn histoire la dinaa leen wax ci kanam léegi gaynde bu jigéen googu kan la dinaa leen ko wax léegi Rohey Malick Lowe ñoo ngi lay gërëm bu baax di la sant Africa moo ngi lay gërëm Africa moo ngi lay sant ginnaaw bu ñu nuyoo waa Gambie nuyu gouvernement bi fi nekk ak président Adama Barrow bi fi nekk day nuyu bu baax jigéen ji xam nga kilifa dafay mat kilifa maag moom dañuy ànd ci dëkk yu bari di waxtaan di diisoo di soppante xalaat ci lu bëree bari mu ne ma man ci opposition laa nekk te dama gëm opposition bi ma nekk waaye du ma nangu ko xas sama président parce que mu ne ma boo xasee sama président sama réew nga xas te man bëgg naa Gambie bëgg naa Banjul du ma nangu kenn ku xas sama réew kon loolu mooy républicaine moom républicaine la kilifa la ñuy continuer di waxtaan ci lu bari ma am ñeemantal bu baax ci moom ndax jigéen bu mu doon mu ne ma monsieur le maire man dama yàgg di def politique Gambia waaye li tax sonn ma ci Gambia ci politique bi nga xamante ne maa ngi koy def mooy dama nekk ak sama papa bi nga xamante ne ci moom la ñuy wax Ousseynou Dabo ma ne ko aha kay man de xam naa Dabo xam naa ni leader politique la bu mag Afrique dama yaakaaroon rek sa leader la mu ne ma déedéet kooku sama papa la du benn du ñaari yoon bi may wax loolu kon Dabo ñoo ngi lay gërëm jërëjëf ñoo ngi lay gërëm ci téye bi nga téye suñu jigéen parce que bu bëtam xonkee suñu bët day xonk bu nekkulee ci jàmm dañu nekk ci jàmm kon nag ñoo ngi lay gërëm ci jàpp boobu Rohey Malick yow ci yow laay jeexalee gis ngeen gaynde gu jigéen googu ma doon wax ci histoire bi ci histoire bi ci lépp bi gaynde gu jigéen googu moo ngi nii waaw donc ñu jeexal rek suñuy kàddu di wax gaynde gu jigéen boobu ma doon wax mooy dem àll di indi pour njabootam mooy dem àll di jox ay dëkkandoo woon mooy Rohey Malick Lowe bi toog fii tey parce que moo ngi tukki di indil waa Banjul di daw guddi bëccëg amatul sax mun naa ne li ñuy wax vie de famille pour que askanu Banjul nekk ci jàmm pour que askanu Gambia nekk ci jàmm kon nag Rohey Malick Lowe yow gaynde piir nga te gaynde boo xamante ne mun na duma fukki gaynde yu góor loolu yàlla moo ko def jërëjëf merci
waaw ma ne mbir yi mënul sedd mbir yi war kon nag mbir mi du sedd moo tax mu mel nii donc di wax ni rek am nañ mbégte ak kontaan pour ñëw fii tey gaynde googu ma doon wax ñun ñi nga xamante ne nekk nañu ak moom xam nañ dayoom ci àdduna ki dem bay toog ak ay président ki dem bay toog ak buuru Dubaï ki dem bay toog ak prince Arabie Saoudite ku dem bay toog ak Ousmane Sonko ku dem bay toog ak parce que bés bu du ndaw bés bu du tuur ñoo ngi ñëw waaw ñoo ngi ñëw léegi dama ne kuy toog ak kilifa yooyu noonu yëpp di toog ak ay président di toog ak ay buur di toog ak ay buur kooku du ku ndaw kon nag lenn doomu laa leen di dégg foofu lay jeexalee mooy ngeen jàppal ma bu baax yéen waa askanu Banjul jàppal leen ma bu baax kii di Rohey Malick Lowe yéen waa askanu Gambia jàppal leen ma bu baax Rohey Malick Lowe parce que nag yàlla moo ko yëkkati yàlla moo ko def li mu doon te ku yàlla yëkkati boo ko bëggee wàcc yow yaay wàcc asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatulah wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And now Andy is discriminating against me. Thank you, Mayor, for that statement. What he was saying in the Wolof national language is that he highlighted and also extended his warm gratitude to the Mayor of Banjul, Rohey Malick Lowe, and he spoke with great admiration for the Lord Mayor, and he also reflected on the journeys they have shared together, the experiences, the conversations, and of course, how much wisdom he has gained from her leadership over the years. And he also mentioned that even though she is older, her guidance, strength, and example have made him wiser, and for that reason, he remains deeply grateful and appreciative to that Mayor of Banjul. Mayor Sarr also thanked her for her tremendous work she has done for the people of the Gambia and for the city of Banjul, and of course, the Gambia as a whole. He described her as an exemplary woman, a true leader, and indeed, a lioness whose courage, passion, and commitment continue to inspire many across borders. So in summary, this is what the Mayor of Senegal, Mayor Sarr, said. So moving forward, I would like to now call on number 1 Gambia Promotion to actually hand a flag to the Mayor of Banjul, the President of Rafela, as a gesture of in appreciation for her work and her dedication. And I would like now call on Sheriff Cham. If you are in the building, Sheriff, please come on board to actually present this flag to the Lord Mayor of Banjul. So Sharif is from the Lamba One Gambia promotion, and also they are also a Lamba wrestling group in the Gambia here, and of course they are also showing their appreciation to the Lord Mayor, and in doing that they are also handing her a flag as the president of Rafela. Sharif, the floor is yours.
And whilst we are waiting for Sharif, we also want to tell control room to please be on standby for the videos. And right after that, the Nigerian cultural troupe, please be on standby. Nigerian cultural troupe, please be on standby. Thank you.
Okay, Sharif, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Maa ngi nuyu ku ci nekk sa tur ak sa sant. Yow am nañu très important bu baax a baax Serigne Diallo Gambia promotion. ñu ngi déglu ci wàllu ndaw la nga xamante ne bii mooy lay ndaw boo xaajee ñu jàkkaarloo benn tàkku sax ku ci ne jot sa càkk ñu ko ci ñëw. loolu nag bu ko amee suñu force initiative ñu ngi si soxla nga xamante ni unification lañ war si momentu élection lañ nekk ñu xam ne réew ñu ñëpp benn waaye nag maa ngi nuyu suñu papa di toog yi bàyyi bu baax ñu ngi ñaar suñu ñu waa waaw damay faral di wax képp kii def ci si nekk jëriñ si si dégg dama ne ñaari place de liggéey ci buur mosu ñoo wax ne nekk na jëriñ buur ñu bëri ñu bëri ñeneen di 6 mois la ñuy am ci place su ñu ko di ñaari yoon la ci liggéey kenn mos ko génne depending of pour lekkal réew kon loolu yëpp lu baax loolu la ñu xamee ci ñun waaye nag ndaw ñi foog ñu wéy ko parce que lu ne dégg na ko ci ñun te saa yu ñu dégg ko man de bokk na su nga xamante ni damay wéy soo gisee yàlla ma naa ko nii nga tàggat ko bu ñëw bés boobu def loolu moo ko am te di gis li ma ko yaakaar si loolu soo liggéey bu mag sëkk ajara bu ko def ay ñëw sama jigéen di président of Rafela ma gis ne mu ngi def ci ñu ngi rëy ci loolu ma ne foog ma dippee ko flaag les processus di ngeen différence ak Rafela ñuy combat boo xamante ni combat capital la si àdduna tool yi mooy combat bu gën a mag ci si nga xamante ni soo xoolee nga gis si yëpp ñu soo ko wax ko kaay nga yónnee si ndaw bu ko ma jëkkalee li tax ñu jëlee ko investment bu nekk si def si jënd gàmm yi si ñu ngeen doon projet si su ñëwee dafa am seen famille yi ñu ko defee loolu ñenn ñoo ko ci loolu waaye tey bu ko defee li tax ñu jox ko parce que loolu ñu ci gis seen bopp te ñu ngi tax nga xamante ne ñu ngi am xiw kon rajo loolu waay bëgg naa la ko taxaw fii ak nit yi laa ñu jox leen rajo yi on the 20th bëgg naa suñu ko defee ko defee ko ñu ko def rajo yi moom la tuddee des sociétés professionnelles on the 20th to 2026 la ko defee ko July ñu ci xool bu baax ñu ci xool ñu ci xool ma waa ko waaye ma daa wax ko day ko ak ci fi ñu bëgg loolu parce que nag yow il faut ñu bokk ñu liggéey
Mashallah.
Thank
you so much. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, her worship has recently gathered by Yeltsin State. Incidentally, every time Nigeria has won gold, usually by Yeltsins. So by Yeltsin State presented to the governor of a state that all gold medalists, they all come from Yeltsin State. It was presented to the president of the Gambia. This year, it is being presented.
I will sign on the contract. I will sign on.
Ceremony, so and
anytime, anywhere.
But that's not all. This upgrade also brings include security features, smooth performance, and a brand new interface designed to save your time.
This is more than an app.
This is freedom at your fingertips.
Download the new QCell app today and unlock your digital life.
For more information, call our customer care on 111.
QCell, follow us. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to ABS, where we go beyond financial transaction. Let us take you on a quick journey to discover what sets us apart. ABS has been your trusted, convenient, and reliable partner for money transfer and corporate services. Over the years, we have helped thousands send money back home to support families. From depositing funds in deposit bank accounts to buying loan and electricity and mobile credit, we do it all through ABS because we trust us. We never take that trust for granted. We deliver safe, reliable, and instant services. We never run out of funds at our branches, and we've always been reliable. At ABS, we believe everyone deserves access to reliable and inclusive financial services. That is why we are at the forefront of driving financial inclusion in the Gambia through ABS Islamic Microfinance and ABS Loan. Two services, one goal: empower individuals, uplift communities, and strengthen national economy. ABS Islamic Microfinance offers a range of Sharia-compliant financial products designed to serve individuals and businesses ethically and sustainably. From current and saving accounts to microcredit lending and facility financing, we provide practical financing tools that help grow businesses, empower families, and support community development. ABS Wallet brings financial services to the palm of your hand. It works on any floor and any number in the Gambia. With it, you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw funds, pay bills, buy direct electricity and mobile credit, and even receive international transfers instantly. It's safe, simple, and always accessible wherever you are. Whether you are sending money home, banking with Islamic values, or managing everyday payments, ABS is your number one choice for money transfer, Islamic microfinance, and mobile wallet services in the Gambia. Trusted, inclusive, and Gambian. But what really makes ABS unique? It's not just about sending money, opening bank accounts, or using our wallet for everyday transaction. It's the value we add, the innovation we drive, and
the lives we impact. Our great customer service culture sets us apart from the rest. At AA's, our customers are at the heart of everything we do. We've built a culture of services backed by training, tools, and dedicated team. Our staffs go above and beyond because putting a smile on your face is what drives us. As a proudly owned Gambian company, APS has invested in building strong and resilient institutions to serve you better. We employ thousands of Gambians, empowering them to take leadership roles across the country. From the diaspora to every corner of the Gambia, APS is present to meet your needs. And unlike others, every single dollar you send through APS stays within the Gambian economy. We bring money and foreign currency into the country and not the other way around. Our commitment goes further by creating employment opportunities for Gambians, especially youths and women. We empower communities to become payout agents, creating income and jobs at the local level. This also means more convenience for you, because with APS wallet agents across the country, you can collect your money in your own community